everyone for joining this webinar. Please change your setting, chat setting to all attendees and all participants so that we can see your comments. Okay, then let's get started. So today I'll talk about eFuture curriculum and how you can design your curriculum using eFuture books. Okay. Okay, so are we ready to start, everyone? Yes? Okay, great. So let's get started. So Happy New Year, everyone. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. So this is the year of the cow or ox. Some people say ox, some people say cow. The year of the cow. So the cow is the symbol of diligence, persistence, and honesty. Okay, so this is the year of the cow. So we'll work hard like cows. Okay, so we'll be working hard again this year, and we'll do a lot of webinars, and yeah, we'll try our best to support you. Okay, so if you're born in these years, 1949, 1961, 1973, 85, 97, 2009, or this year, you are born in the year of the cow. Okay, so this is your lucky year. Okay, so let's get started. This is our first webinar for 2021. So welcome to 2021 eFuture webinar, everyone. Yeah! So my name is Sue, and you've been to my webinars before, right? Some of you. So we have this webinar today and next week, right? So we have 2 webinars for January. And we have these big plans for all these interesting webinars. So please join us. And we are also planning to have more expert series. The expert series we did last year was very popular. So we had a lot of excellent feedback. So we are planning to have more expert series this year. Okay. So now let's do a poll. I have some questions for you. Okay. Can you see the questions? Okay, so you can click on the answers, yes or no. Okay, so number 1, have you attended eFuture webinars before? So please click yes or no. Number 2, have you attended my webinars before? Okay, if you have attended my webinars before, then click yes. And number 3, have you used eFuture books? Or are you using eFuture books now? Then please click yes. Okay, I'll give you 1 minute to do this. Okay, so please click yes or no. Yes, I agree. We must be strong and diligent to face the new educational changes. Yes, yes, yes. In this difficult situation, yes, we have to be very strong and diligent. Yes, hardworking. Okay, have you finished answering the questions? 3 questions, right? Click yes or no. Okay, now I think you've all finished. So let's share the result. Okay, can you see the result? So have you attended eFuture webinars before? Okay, 64% of the people have attended eFuture webinars before. Okay, so thank you for attending the webinars last year. And for those who are new to the webinars, welcome. Okay, and welcome back to the teachers who've attended our webinars before. Number 2, have you attended my webinars before? So 44% have attended my webinars before. Okay, thank you very much. And I hope you are not sick of me. You'll be seeing more of me this year. I'll be doing more webinars, and my colleague Gary as well. And we have other presenters. Okay. Number 3, have you used eFuture books before? So 49% said yes, 51% said no. Okay, interesting. So let's move on. I have 2 more questions. This one you just have to answer on the chat window. Okay. So how many webinars did we do in 2020? Can you guess? How many webinars we did in last year? You've probably attended some of the webinars. Okay. So all together, how many webinars did we do last year? 20? I have no idea. 24? 8, 10, 8, 4, 28, more than 50 webinars, 10 or less. Okay, I'll give you the answer in a minute. Okay, now let's look at the second question. How many attendees? Okay, we had many attendees. We had many teachers who joined our webinars. In total, how many attendees? Can you guess? This one is a little bit difficult to guess, right? Thousands? Yes, yes. Okay, now let's find out. So last year we did 33 webinars. Can you believe that? We did so many. We did 33. And we had 9,234 attendees, right? Amazing. So I want to say thank you to those teachers who attended our webinars. And we had some excellent feedback. And I want to share the feedback with you. Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it? Yeah, wow, 9,000. It's almost 10,000, right? Amazing. So let's look at, sorry, what did I do? Sorry. So let's look at the feedback. I'll read the first one. I really enjoy eFuture courses because I have learned lots of strategies to apply in the classroom. This is from a teacher from Mexico. Okay, so thank you for the nice feedback. Next one, as an English teacher in a foreign country, we have no access to training or courses to better our teaching skills. These webinars have been very helpful. They are very much appreciated. Attendee from Japan. Okay, so thank you. And the last one, I'm always satisfied with all the presenters here in eFuture. I'm always grateful that all are sharing their knowledge to everyone in the world by holding webinars every month. Attendee from Vietnam. Okay, so thank you for all this positive feedback, and thank you for joining our webinar, and we'll try our best to make more interesting webinars. Okay, thank you. Now, if you have any questions about the certificates, okay, we do provide certificates for these webinars. Please contact our partners. So here's the list of the countries and the email address. So please check the country and the email address and contact our partners through the email, right? Then you can get the certificate. Okay, if your country is not listed here, then you can contact us. Here's the email address, inquiry@eltkorea.com. Okay? Good. And if you miss some of our webinars, it's okay because we upload webinar videos on YouTube. So you can watch the videos on YouTube. Okay, so here you can see all the expert series and all other webinars we did last year. Okay, you can find the videos here. And we also have activity videos, and we have story time. We have book intro videos. Okay, so if you want to find out more about our books, you can watch these videos. And we'll be uploading more videos this year. Okay. Great. So just search eFuture on YouTube, then you'll find this. And also eFuture is on all these social media. So if you want to find out, more information about webinars or books or eFuture news, okay, you can search eFuture on this social media. So we have YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Weibo for China. Okay, or you can email us. You can check out our website, and we also have online platform. Okay, so please keep in touch with eFuture. Okay, so let's look at this. Okay, so this is the special features of eFuture content. Okay, I've explained this many times last year, but I'll just go over again, because this is probably the most important part of this webinar. Okay, so eFuture content is fun and easy. We try our best to make our content fun and easy, because learning English is, it can be very difficult, especially for young children, right? So we want to make things fun and easy. It's not only for students, but also for teachers as well. Teachers will have, teachers need some fun as well. So we want to make things fun and easy for both students and teachers. Okay, and eFuture content is comprised of systematic curriculum, and I'll be talking more about curriculum today. And we are specialized for EFL environment, and I'll explain a little bit about EFL in a minute. And we develop our content through teaching experience. Okay, so I was a teacher before. I've taught for more than 10 years, and when we develop our books, we try to look back and think about our teaching experience, and we try to put that into our teaching materials. Okay. And eFuture content complies with global standards. So we follow CEFR system, and eFuture exports its content to more than 20 countries. That's why today we have teachers from all over the world, right? And eFuture support teachers with teacher training and curriculum design. So this is CEFR, and our main focus is A1 and A2. Okay, we do have some B1 and B2 books for secondary, but our main focus is A1, A2. So in YLE level, we have starters, movers, and flyers. Okay. We provide YLE prep test with our coursebook series, okay, so that you can review the lessons and you can practice standardized test-taking skills, and our books are fully aligned with CEFR standards, okay? So this is for all our course books, and I'll be talking about this in more detail later on. So let's talk a little bit about EFL environment. Okay, I'm sure you are familiar with ESL and EFL, right? So let's compare the differences, ESL and EFL. Okay, so ESL stands for English as a Second Language, and EFL stands for English as a Foreign Language. Okay, so let's look at the example. A Chinese student learning English in USA, that's ESL, right? Because the dominant language in USA is English, and you use English everywhere, right? When you go shopping or when you watch TV, everything will be in English. So all day, every day, everywhere, you use English. So that's ESL environment. But let's look at EFL. A Chinese student learning English in China, okay? Or a Korean student learning English in Korea, or a Peruvian student learning English in Peru, a Mexican student learning English in Mexico. Okay? The dominant language is not English. In China, people speak Chinese, right, as a dominant language. And in Mexico, people speak Spanish. In Peru, people speak Spanish. That's the dominant language. It's not English. Okay? And English is used probably only in the classroom during English class. Okay, that's our reality. So the time is limited for EFL students, the exposure is limited, and the opportunities to use English is very limited. Okay, so for those EFL environment, we need to have different approaches, different methods, and different materials. That's why we are specialized in EFL materials. So EFL, especially young EFL learners, they need clear and simple directions and easy to follow lessons and fun and easy activities, right? Because English is difficult for young EFL learners. They don't have much time. They don't have many opportunities to speak English, right? That's why they need strong foundation. So eFuture focus a lot on strong foundation, and we try to provide more practice through link and review activities. Okay? Link and review is very important because when you link and review, you learn something new, right? And then you link that with something that you know already or your old targets. Okay, so link new target with the old target and then practice together and review together, and you keep recycling. Okay, that's very important for EFL learners. And we try to provide more opportunities to use English in our course books, and we try to focus on communication. Okay. So let me give you some examples of link and review. Okay, maybe you have seen this before. Okay, so link and review. This is a Smart English, one of our course book series. So here, this is lesson 4. The new target is here, right? Lesson 4. L4 is lesson 4. And when you learn the new target, you link that with your old target from lesson 2 and practice together. Okay, so this is link and review so that you can remember, you can retain the targets, language targets. And if you look at this page, L4 is the new target for this lesson, right? But then you practice that together with L1 and L2, okay? The old targets from lesson 1 and lesson 2. So you practice everything together after learning the new targets, okay? That will help students remember and use the language. This is another example, right? This is from a grammar book, okay? If you look at a grammar book, you can usually see this as a content page, okay? So you have lesson 3, nouns, lesson 4, pronouns, lesson 5, adjectives. And there's no link between these topics, okay? Did you learn grammar this way? I think many of us learn grammar this way, right? There was no link between these grammar targets. That's why grammar is very difficult, right? You just don't remember, okay? But if you do link and review, okay, I'll show you this one. So compare the first line with the second line. The second line is the eFuture approach. Okay, so this is from my first grammar and my next grammar series. We follow spiral syllabus. So unit 1 is nouns. Unit 2, the new target is pronouns. Okay, so you learn the new target, pronouns. But then you link that with the unit 1 target, the old target, nouns. Okay, and you practice together. And when you move on to unit 3, adjectives is the new target. But you also review and link nouns and pronouns from unit 2 and unit 1. Okay, so this goes on and on like a spiral. That's why it's called spiral syllabus. And this is much more effective for EFL learners than linear syllabus. Okay, so this is the basic idea of eFuture books. When we develop our material, we have this in mind. Okay, link and review. So please remember that, link and review, very important for EFL learners. Okay, and let's go back to this point. We support teachers. Okay, we provide teacher training, and these days, because we cannot travel to other countries, we do a lot of webinars. Okay, and we provide customized curriculum. So today I'll be talking about curriculum, right? So I'll sort of suggest how you can design your own curriculum. But if that's too difficult, then we can also help you, right? We can provide the customized curriculum for you. And we provide a lot of downloadable materials and digital resources. Okay, digital resources are very important these days because some of you have to teach online, and it's very important to have the digital tools, right? So let's look at eFuture curriculum first. Okay, so this curriculum chart is from our catalog. If you have our catalog, you can find this chart here. Okay, so we provide this curriculum chart in our catalog, and you can also find it from our website. Okay, so if you go to eFuture website, www.efuture-elt.com. Okay, this is our website. If you look down here, we have PDF catalog. Okay, so this is printed version, but you can also download PDF catalog from here. Okay, and you can download curriculum chart. Okay, so here, this chart, you can download it from here. Okay, so it's here. You can find them on our website. Okay. If you want to see the offline catalog, please contact our partners. Okay, they should have some of our catalog. Okay. And yeah, so let's look at this curriculum chart. Okay, so here you can see all our books. Okay, so let's look at from here. So the first section here is phonics. Okay, so we have phonics, and then we have primary course book, and we have kindergarten course book. Okay, and then we have readers. Okay, and this one up here is also readers, but this is for secondary level. Okay, so this one is primary level, and this one is secondary level. Okay, and we have secondary program. This is a reading-based program for secondary students. Okay, and then we have skill books. So we have reading here, and we have grammar, and we have writing and listening. So these are all skill books. Okay, and the levels match. If you look across, then you can see the levels match. Okay, so you can use the primary course book together with the readers or any of our skill books. Okay, and I'll talk more about this later on. Okay, so here, when you are designing your curriculum, right, these are the questions that you should ask yourself. Okay, or if someone asks us to design the curriculum for them, then we ask these questions. Okay, so let's look at number one. How many English classes or lessons per week? Okay, so do you have 3 English classes per week, or do you have 10 classes per week? Okay, all schools have different environment, different situation, and you have different number of English classes. Okay, some schools have 3 lessons per week, some schools 8 lessons per week. It's all different, right? So we need to know how many English classes do you teach per week. Okay, and you also have to think about how many minutes your lesson is. So how long is the class? Is your class 30 minutes or 50 minutes? Okay, 45 minutes, 1 hour. Okay, we all have different class hours, class minutes. Number 3, how long is the course or the program? Is it 1-year program? If you teach at a public school or private school, it's usually 1-year program, right? But if you teach at a language school, sometimes your course is for 6 months. Some schools provide 3 months course. Okay, so it's all different. Okay, so the length of the program. Okay, and Number 4, which grade or level? Okay, so are you teaching grade 1 or grade 2, grade 3? Okay, or do you want to focus on YLE starters level or flyers level? Is it A1 or A2? Okay, so think about the level of the students. And number 5, do you want to use the main program or do you also want to use supplementary program? Okay, so you can think about that as well. And number 6, how? Do you teach in class, like offline, inside the classroom? Do you teach like in class or do you teach online classes? So these days, many teachers teach online class, right? Remote classes. Okay, so you need to think about that as well. So these are the questions that we need to think about when we are designing a curriculum. Okay, and as I said before, if you are not sure, you can ask us, then we can help you with the curriculum design. Okay, and because we have the main program and we also have the supplementary program, the skill books, okay, we can put them together to match your school's situation. So here, let's look at this example. So this school provide 3 English classes per week, okay, and they only use one main program, which is the course book. Okay, so this is like a general rule for eFuture books. If you teach less than 5 classes per week, then we recommend Smart English and probably using one book as a main program. But if you teach more than 5 classes per week, okay, then maybe you can use one course book or you can use skill books together with your course book. Okay, so let's look at this example. So if you teach 3 classes per week, then you can just use one main course book as a main program. And Smart English can be used as one main course. Okay, Smart English is the primary course book. Okay, and here we have the grade and the course book levels. And look at this example 2. If you teach 5 classes per week, and if you want to use the main program together with readers, okay, many schools do this, right? They want to use readers together with the main program. Then you can use hand in hand. This is our primary course book series together with readers, okay? And we have the matching levels for the readers, so you can use them together. Okay, so if you teach 5 classes per week, maybe you have like English class every day. So day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4, day 5, maybe Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, right? 5 classes per week. Then you can use hand in hand for 4 days and use readers for Friday, right? Your Friday can be your readers day and you can use readers, right? Do something special for Friday. Okay. Of course, you can change the days, right? You can use readers on Monday or Wednesday, right? You can use readers on Wednesday. That's the like midweek, right? To do something different. Okay. So anyway, I just want to suggest that, you can use the main course book together with the supplementary program. And let's look at example 3, right? 5 classes per week. And you want to use main program together with grammar. You want to focus more on grammar, right? You think grammar is important as a foundation skill. So you want your students to do more grammar, okay? Of course, the course book provide all 4 skill practice, right? Course book has speaking, listening, reading, writing, and grammar elements, right? But if you want to focus more on grammar, maybe you can use them together, okay? So here's my suggestion. Maybe you can alternate. Okay, so day 1, day 3, day 5, right? Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Maybe you can use hand in hand, the main course book. And Tuesday and Thursday, you can use grammar. Okay. Someone just asked me a question. Yes, grammar, we have a grammar book. I'll get back to this later on, but in our grammar book, we have communication activities. Okay, so you can also practice speaking using the grammar structure that you learn. Okay, so it's not grammar. Okay, I'll come back to this later. Okay. So these are just examples and my suggestion. Okay, your school situation is different, right? So you can mix and match using eFuture books for your English curriculum. And we can provide a yearly plan like this. Okay, when you are using more than one book, right? If you are using two books, like for example, this school is using Hand in Hand and My First Reading. They are using the course book together with the reading skill book, right? So we can plan a yearly plan like this. So week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, that will be month 1. And then month 2, again, we'll have week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4. And then there will be days, right? Day 1, day 2, day 3. And then we can put the pages. We can divide the pages so that teachers will know, okay, day 1, I just do student book page 6 and 7, right? Day 3, I can do the worksheets. Okay, so we can also provide this kind of planning for you, right? We can work this out together. So let's summarize, right? So you can use the main course book. You can use Smart English, Hand in Hand, or Let's Smile. Oh, by the way, Let's Smile is the new series that's coming out this year. Okay, so you can use one of these course books as a main program. And if there are some skills that you want to focus more, then you can use the skill books, right? You can use phonics together with the course book, or you can use reading or readers to emphasize reading, or you can use grammar together with the course book to focus more on grammar, or you can use writing together with course book, right? Some teachers told me that their students don't really know how to write, right? So if that's the case, then you can use the course book together with the writing book. Okay, I hope this is clear for you, right? Okay. Yes, in our reading series, we also provide speaking activities. Okay, and I'll come back to that. Okay, so this is clear. Okay, good. And also, as I said before, you need to think about how you teach, right? So if you are teaching in class, right, we have eSmart class that you can use. So use Teacher's eKit, Teacher's eBook. This is the interactive eBook that teachers can use on eSmart class for interactive whiteboard. Okay, so if you have an interactive whiteboard in your classroom, you can use Teacher's eBook on our eSmart class. eSmart class is our platform. Okay, and you can use the Teacher's eBook to teach. But if you're teaching online classes, I know many of you are teaching online classes now, you can still use Teacher's eBook on our eSmart class. Okay? And then, so here this teacher is teaching online class, right? She's using our eSmart class and she's using our Teacher's eBook to teach. And this student is at home. Okay, so he is learning the lesson online, right? And he can do the work in his printed book, the paper book. Okay, we have workbooks in color, in full color, right? So student can use the workbook at home, right? But it's still interesting for them, right? Because it's in full color. And we also have online practice available on our platform, eSmart Class. So students can do a quick, activity on our eSmart Class. Okay, so eSmart Class can be used for both offline and online classes. Okay. And we also provide all these resources. So we have other digital resources like mobile app. Okay, you can download the mobile app and students can do some practice, right? So in some areas, if you don't have a good internet connection, it might be difficult to use our online platform, right? If that's the case, then you might have better mobile environment. Then you can download our mobile app, right? And then use that for practice. So we have some games and activities and flashcards and animations on our mobile app. Okay, and also we have downloadable materials, a lot of downloadable worksheets and tests and resources. Okay, so tests, worksheets, flashcards, MP3 audio files, right? All those are available on our eSmart class or on our website. Or you can contact our partners, right? Okay, so how are we doing? Are you okay so far? Yes, you're okay. So now let's look at kindergarten curriculum. Okay, so our main kindergarten program is Little Hands. Okay, so there are 4 levels, nursery and level 1 to 3. Okay, so this is for 3-year-old, 4-year-old, 5-year-old, and 6-year-old. Okay, and you can use this as a main program. And if you want to use a supplementary program, you can use it together with our phonics book, or you can use together with our phonics readers, or you can use it together with our nursery rhyme readers. Okay, so these readers have songs and dance and music, and so you can have fun with the nursery rhyme readers. Okay, of course we have. I'll come back to Little Hands. Okay, but let's look at the primary curriculum here. So the main program, we have 3 course books: Smart English, Hand in Hand, and Let's Smile. And Let's Smile is new, and it'll be available probably in April or May, right, mid-year. Okay, and it's the new series. And you can use this together with our phonics, or reading, grammar, writing, or listening books. And of course, readers. Okay. And here, this is for secondary. So we have a secondary program. This is a program based on reading. Okay, so it's called Reading Town, Reading World, and Reading Planet. And although it's based on reading, it's got the discussion questions and summary writing and graphic organizers, and it also has TOEFL type questions. Okay, so it's a good practice for secondary level students. And we have readers, classic readers for secondary students, right? We have well-known classic readers like The Adventures of Sherlock Holmes and Anne of Green Gables. And okay. So we've looked at our kindergarten program, primary program, and secondary program, right? Now let's look at the books in more detail, right? So I'll talk about course books, phonics, reading, grammar, and readers. But today, I'm not going into the details, right? I'm not looking at the sample pages and going through the lesson flows or activities or anything like that. Today, I'm just giving you an overview. Okay, and next week, Gary will do a webinar on course books. Okay, so he will go into the details of our course books. Okay. So let's look at the course books. So here we have the kindergarten course book, as I said before, right? 4 books, nursery and level 1, 2, 3. And then we have primary course books. Okay. So kindergarten course books, we have nursery, K1, K2, K3, age 3, 4, 5, 6. And we have simple vocabulary and useful expressions. And we have very cute characters. And have you seen our puppet? This is Chip. Okay. And we have a lot of stories, right? Engaging stories, songs, and chant. We have a lot of songs, right? Interesting songs, fun songs. And so you can do some actions together with your students. And we have CLIL and art projects and alphabet and phonics support. Okay. Last year, I did some webinars on how to teach using little hands. And this year, we'll be doing more webinars on how to use our books in your class. Okay, how to teach using eFuture books. So yeah, there will be more webinars on that. Okay. This is the primary course book series, Smart English, Let's Smile, and Hand in Hand. And the levels starting from starters, movers, and flyers, pre-A1, A1, and A2. Okay, that's the level that we cover in our primary course book series. So Let's Smile coming soon, and English course that makes everyone smile. Okay. We are sort of getting very excited about this new series. This is the coursebook components. So this is not only Let's Smile, but on all our coursebooks, right? Smart English and Hand in Hand and Let's Smile, we have these components. We have the student book, workbook, teacher's manual, and we have teacher's e-kit and online practice and online test on eSmart Class. So eSmart Class is our online platform, okay? And we have mobile app, flashcards, and a lot of downloadable materials, worksheets, tests, etc. Okay, so this is for all our coursebook series. So let's look at the features. Smart English. English is easy and fun. Okay, so it's easy to learn, fun to learn, and easy to remember. Okay, so we have a lot of fun activities in Smart English. Okay. For Let's Smile, everything is linked. Okay, remember link and review? Yes, so language targets are linked, and so language targets are linked and recycled, and linked to school subjects, and linked to the world. Okay, so school subjects, that's clear, right? And a lot of recycle. Hand in Hand helps students become successful in the 21st century. Okay, so we have global awareness, clear, and 21st century skills. Okay, so these are the features of this series. And let me tell you a little bit about CLIL. Okay, so you are probably familiar with CLIL, Content and Language Integrated Learning, CLIL. Okay. And many teachers say that it's not easy to do CLIL, right? Especially for young EFL learners, because their English is so limited, right? My students are learning basic things like colors and classroom objects, right? Fruits. How can you do CLIL? How can you do science, math? You can, okay? You can do that with our eFuture course books, because look at this picture here. When we develop CLIL activities, we think of students' age level, language level, and understanding level. We try to match those, okay? So we do CLIL as a review. Okay, so you learn the basic vocabulary, you learn the basic grammar, okay? So, and then you practice a lot, right? Then you use that to do CLIL. Okay, so it's nothing new, right? They already have the language targets, right? You just have to link that with the school subjects. So it's not difficult to do that, right? So, for example, this is from Hand in Hand. This is science. Okay, so students learn fruits and they learn colors before they do this. They already know the fruit and the colors. So here we mix that together with science. So here they'll be recycling the vocabulary, right? Fruits and colors, right? And then they'll do the seeds. Okay, and students can do a project when they finish CLIL section of Hand in Hand. We have a project book inside the student book. Okay, so they can do a project. This is Hand in Hand. Okay. Let me grab Hand in Hand. Here, this is Hand in Hand. And inside, we have a project book. Okay, So here we have different types of projects. Okay, and students can do the project and they can also do the presentation. Okay, that will develop presentation skills as well. Okay, so clear, not difficult, right? With eFuture books. Please remember that. Okay, so that was our course book series, right? If you want to see maybe sample pages, right? We do have on our website, we do have sample page section, right? And also you can contact our partners, right? They can probably provide sample pages of PDF, right? Okay, so if you want to see the samples, contact our partners. So that was our course book. Let's move on to eFuture Phonics series. Okay, so here we have eFuture is very strong in phonics. Okay, so if you look here, we have many different series, right? We have 5 different phonics series. Okay, we have School Phonics, Smart Phonics, EFL Phonics, Speed Phonics, and Little Phonics. Little Phonics is for kindergarten, and all these other series is for primary. Okay. So why do we have so many different phonics series? Right? Teachers always ask me, why? Why do you have so many phonics series? So in our phonics series, well, the components are different. The targets are basically the same, right? We want to teach the same thing, even though all these series are different, right? We have all these different series, 5 different series, but the targets are the same. But we have different components. So for example, Smart Phonics and EFL Phonics, we have 5 books. So here, book 1, book 2, book 3, book 4, and book 5. Okay. Speed Phonics, we have 3 books. So we combined book 1 and book 2 to make 1 book. So 3 books. School Phonics, we have 4 books. Okay. Little Phonics, we have 4 books. But if you look at the level only goes up to book 2 level in other series. Okay. Because this is for kindergarten. Okay. So you can choose, right? Depending on your teaching environment or situation, you can choose the series that you like. Okay, we want to give more options. That's why we have all these different phonics series. But whichever series you use, you can find the best phonics system in our eFuture series. Okay, we developed this series based on our teaching experience. We tested with our students, and it's proven to be the best system for EFL, right? If you look at this Smart Phonics series, we sold over 5 million copies all over the world. Okay, this is our bestseller. So, you know, many teachers choose eFuture Phonics because it has the best system. And we'll talk more about phonics in our webinars, upcoming webinars, but let's just quickly look at the system. Okay, so we do single letters first. Okay, apple, book, cat. Okay, so we do the letters, the sound, and the words, right, in book 1, level 1. And then we move on to level 2, level 3, level 4, level 5, right? I'm not going into the details, but if you look at this chart, you can see that it's very systematic, right? We are not actually teaching these rules, okay? Students will pick up the rules while they are doing the activities, okay? So students will never see this, right? It's not in our books, right? This is the system behind the books, okay? So anyway, so you can see that this is very, very systematic. And yeah, okay, if you want to learn more about phonics, please join our phonics webinars, okay? So anyway, this is very systematic. When you do from book 1 to book 5, then you can just master the phonics skills, and students should be able to read and write simple sentences when they finish the phonics series. Okay? And we provide a lot of interesting activities. Okay, we have easy to follow lessons, a lot of activities and board games, stories. Okay, we have interesting stories and chant, and we also have animations for the stories and chant. Okay. And again, we have mobile app for all our phonics series. And all these books are on our eSmart class, so teachers can use teacher's ebook. Okay. And yeah, we also have worksheets and downloadable materials for all our phonics series. Okay. And let's move on to the reading series now. Okay, so for reading series, we have my phonics reading, my first reading, my next reading, and my best reading. Okay, so we have many different series and we have many different levels. Okay, so if you are not sure which books to choose, then we can suggest or we can recommend the levels for you. Okay, but here you can see that the levels move up gradually. Okay, here let's look at the words. Right? If you look at words, words means how many words in the passage. Okay, so in reading passage or reading story, right? If you count the words, right? In the lower level, we only have 30 words in a passage. But as the level goes up, right? If you look at my best reading, 180 words. Okay, so the passage is getting longer as the level moves up. Okay. And if you are familiar with Lexile, we have Lexile level guide as well. Okay, so for the lower level, it's under 100 Lexile, but as the level goes up, right, if you look at the last one, it goes up to 600 Lexile. Okay, and for CEFR, we have pre-A1, and then it goes up to A2, so starters, movers, and flyers. Okay. And again, we have CLIL in our reading series. Okay, so subject-related topics: science, social studies, music, art, PE, and math. And we have non-fiction passages as well. Okay, so if you look here, lower level reading books, we have more fictions because students are younger, right? And their levels are lower. So we have more fiction, 7-3, that's the ratio. 70% fiction and 30% non-fiction. But as the level goes up, if you look at this one here, my best reading, we have 5-5. Okay, 50% fiction, 50% non-fiction. Okay, so it's good to have that balance. And then we have extension activities, right? Although this is a reading series, right, we extend the skills, okay, to productive skills. So we have writing activities, and we also have speaking activities. We have stickers and worksheets and all these interesting things. Okay, so that was our reading series. And this is our grammar series. Again, this is our best seller, my first grammar and my next grammar. Okay, 6 books in the series, so you can use this for your all grades from grade 1 to grade 6. Levels from starters to flyers. Okay. So we these are the features of my first and my next grammar series. We have simple chart for grammar targets and link and review. Remember link and review and the spiral syllabus, right? Very important for EFS students. And grammar in context. Again, this is very, very important, right? If you move the grammar structure from the context, right, then it's very difficult for students to understand, right? You need to provide a context to help students understand the grammar structure. And we have personalization activities, right? When you learn something, you can relate that to yourself, right? So that you can remember. and you can practice talking about yourself. You can practice or you can use the language that you learn. Okay? And communicative approach, right? We focus on meaning. We put less mechanical activities, right? If you look at some other grammar books, it's got a lot of mechanical activities, right? You just have to do the same thing again and again and again. Of course, that's necessary, right? To remember the grammar structure and the grammar rules. But if you only do that, then it gets very boring, right? You get sick and tired of doing all these exercises, right? So we try to add more meaning-focused activities, right? Okay, so that's our grammar series. And again, spiral syllabus, remember? Okay, so book 1, new targets. And in book 2, you review, link and review and extend book 1 targets, and then you learn the new targets for book 2. And when you go to book 3, you link and review and extend book 1 and 2 targets, and then you learn the new targets for book 3. Okay, and these are systematically designed. Okay, so you will see your students improving their grammar skills, right? If you teach using My First Grammar, you can actually see the progress of your students. And it's really rewarding, right? Okay, so that was grammar. And this is the last thing that I want to talk about. And we still have 4 minutes, so I think I can finish this in time. So this is our readers. Okay, so for our readers, we have this, this is a framework for our readers. So we have kindergarten, elementary, and secondary level readers. Okay, we have classic readers, comic readers, and other readers. If you want to find out more about our readers, we have an e-catalog. So if you go to this website, you can look at the sample pages of our readers. All our readers are there. Okay? And we turned all these paper book readers into ebooks and put them on our e-library. So we also have e-library. Okay, and so, you know, you can choose to use e-library or you can choose to use printed books. Okay, and this is classic readers, 12 levels, 180 readers, and we have animations for the lower level readers, like 60 readers, and we have activities. Okay, so we have characters and words to know and the story. And we have Playlet for role play. And we also have worksheets. This one is a book report. And we have animations. Okay. This is our comic series. Okay, 3 series, 18 books in each series. So we have Magic Adventures, School Adventures, and Vera the Alien Hunter. And these are award-winning series. Okay, these are very interesting stories. Students love reading comics, okay, and fun stories. But we also have keywords and grammar and activities, useful expressions, okay. And we have grammar correlation with My First Grammar and My Next Grammar. So you can use them together with our grammar series or course book series. Okay, so I think I covered everything, almost everything. Keep in touch with eFuture, right? I hope things were clear to you, the things that I explained today. If you have any questions, you can always email us or you can contact our partners. Okay, yeah, keep in touch with eFuture. So here we have, this is the list of our partners. Okay, so please check your country and the email address. If your country is not listed here, please email us at inquiry@eltkorea.com. And next week, Gary will talk about course book series, and he will actually show you how you can use our course books in your class. Okay, and he'll probably do some activities as well. Okay, so that's next week. And here's the link. Okay. And new books. So we have some new books coming up. Okay, Smart Phonics Readers. So this is Phonics Readers that you can use together with our Smart Phonics series. And Phonics Builders. these are very good practice when you are practicing, combining the sounds. Okay, you can use this with any of our phonics books. And we have second edition of Reading Town and Reading World. Okay. So that's all from me today. Okay. So did you enjoy? Yes. I hope you come back to our webinars next week. And, as I said before, we have more webinars coming up. Okay. So please keep in touch with us and we'll see you again. Okay. Bye-bye. Have a nice day and good night to some of you. Okay. Thank you. Bye-bye.